Boogity boogity boogity. Let's go racing, boys. My name's Erik Pate. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Racing with Erik Pate. As usual, we're going to go through the race results from the Chicago Street Course race. We're going to look at the current playoff picture. Question has been asked constantly this week is, should we keep the street race? I'm going to give you guys 3 pros and 3 cons, I think, each, or 3 each on pros and cons. And then after that, I'm going to give you guys my personal opinion, uniqueness of this week's track, the controversy of the week, which requires Alex Bowman and Bubba Wallace, and uniqueness of Pocono. And here's the thing, actually, with effective this week, we are going to add a new section to the show to where I am going to run 2 laps at the track we are at this week, and I'm going to record it and show you guys. Now, for short tracks, I might add 1 or 2. I might do 4 laps for a short track, so I have more time to analyze. And then for road courses, we're going to keep the 2. If I can, on NASCAR Heat 5, I am going to run 2 laps. Now, if it's a track that's not a NASCAR Heat 5, I will run a track similar to it. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, so we're going to start, as usual, off with the Cup Series results of the Grant Park 127.6 or the Grant Park 165 results. Oh, there is another controversy this week. Might as well go ahead and bring it in because I did not say I should have done controversies of the week. Controversy number 1. Well, we're going to get more into it when we talk about should we keep on street course racing. Was Mother Nature. She can stop messing with NASCAR because this is the 3rd week in a row that Mother Nature messed with NASCAR. And it turned this race into a timed race. Instead of running the laps, we had to run against the clock. At 8:20, they announced that they were going to get the 2 to go. That once 8:20 hit, right next time by was going to be 2 to go. Anyway, let's get into the results. The bold names you might see will be my picks. Shane Van Gisbergen surprisingly finished dead last. He wrecked out. Kyle Larson also wrecked out, the other dominant car of the day. Allmendinger, 37th, was 38th. 37th was Christopher Bell. 3 of my picks are right there. Josh Berry, 36th. 35th, John Hunter Nemechek. 34th, Ryan Preece. 33rd, Martin Truex. 32nd, Chase Briscoe. 31st, Austin Hill. Denny Hamlin, 30th. 29th, Erik Jones. Josh Bilicki, 28th. Corey Lajoie, 27th. Kaz Grala, 26th. 25th, Harrison Burton. 24th, Carson Hocevar. 23rd, Joey Logano. 22nd, Ross Chastain. 21st, Chase Elliott. So, in the bottom 20, we have 5 of my picks right there. So you could probably tell I did not do too well this week. Chris Buescher, 20th, 19th, Austin Dillon, 18th, Brad Keselowski, 17th, Zane Smith, 16th, Justin Haley, Austin Cindric, 15th, 14th, Noah Gragson, Bubba Wallace, 13th, Hemric, 11th. Daniel Suarez finished highest in my picks in 11th. So you can tell I did not have a good week. Blaney, 10th. 9th, Kyle Busch. Byron, 8th. Todd Gilliland, 7th. 6th, Ricky Stenhouse. 5th, Michael McDowell. 4th, Joey Hand. 3rd, Ty Gibbs. 2nd, Tyler Reddick. Alex Bowman, after 80 races since Vegas in 2022, in the spring race in Vegas, Alex Bowman returns to victory lane. And I liked what he said in his victory interview. Honestly, I should have included it, but I don't want to get demonetized for what he said. but he said something like, he's probably going to wake up on the bathroom floor naked again, is what he said. It's probably going to demonetize me. So, oh wait, I'm not even monetized. This is a non-monetized channel. What am I talking about? So, here are what the stages look like. Daniel Suarez, 10th. 9th, Tyler Reddick. 8th, Todd Gilliland. 7th, Bubba Wallace. 6th, Alex Bowman. 5th, Kyle Larson. 4th, Chase Briscoe. 3rd, Ty Gibbs. 2nd, Christopher Bell. 1st, Shane Van Gisbergen won the first stage. 10th, Denny Hamlin. 9th, Harrison Burton. 8th, Ricky Stenhouse. 7th, Daniel Hemric. 6th, Noah Gragson. 5th, Martin Truex. Carson Hocevar, 4th. 3rd, Brad Keselowski. 2nd, Alex Bowman. Joey Hand won the second stage. Now, Van Gisbergen and Joey Hand do not get stage points because they are not regulars. On the other hand, Shane Van Gisbergen had a little bit of a better day in the Loop 110. We're just going to find out here in a few minutes. Where did he finish? In just a couple minutes, we're going to find out where did he finish in this race. I'm just going to say within the next couple minutes. Chandler Smith dead last, 37th, Jeremy Clements, 36th, Josh Bilicki, 35th, Andre Castro, Parker Retzlaff, 34th, 33rd, Sage Karam, 32nd, Preston Pardis, 31st, Leland Hunneman, 30th, Anthony Alfredo, 29th, Alex LeBay, 28th, Riley Hurst, 27th, Daniel Suarez, Sheldon Creed, 26th, 25th, John Hunter, 24th, Blaine Perkins, Matthew Benedetto, 23rd, 22nd, Kyle Sieg, Ryan Ellis, 21st, Brendan Poole, 20th, Sam Mayer, 19th, 18th, Cole Custer, Brendan Jones, 17th, 16th, Ryan Sieg, 15th, Jeb Burton, 14th, Kyle Leatherman, Sammy Smith, 13th, 12th, Josh Williams, 11th, AJ Allmendinger, 10th, Austin Green, 9th, Justin Allgaier. Joey Logano was in this race. He went, real quick, we're going to stop right here for a second to quickly talk about this. We don't look at the Xfinity side really when it comes to silly season. I can care less about that. I mean, it's like there's this. I know there's so much happening in Cup, but that's what I focus on because I focus more on Cup than I do Xfinity and trucks. But Logano was in this race because Hailie Deegan sat out, and it was just announced, I think, Monday morning that AM Racing, the team that Hailie Deegan drives for, has parted ways with each other. So Hailie Deegan, as of now, is no longer in the Xfinity Series. It's going to be a rotation of Cup Series drivers. I think what is going to happen is I think playoff drivers are not allowed to drive the 15 car in the Xfinity Series, but I think when the playoffs start, I do believe, though, non-playoff drivers can drive the 15. I have to double-check my facts. I'll let you guys know next week. 7th is Austin Hill. 6th, Connor Mosack. 5th, Jesse Love. 4th, Parker Kligerman. 3rd, Kyle Larson. 2nd, Ty Gibbs. And Shane Van Gisbergen wins so far the only race in Chicago on the Chicago Street Course that completed all their laps. Now, you can bitch at me and argue with me about, last year's Cup race went to overtime. Technically didn't. Why, you might ask? Well, if you look at last year's, it was originally supposed to be 100 laps, and then right after stage 2, NASCAR made the call that, hey, we're going to lap 75 instead, and I'm like, okay, this is because of darkness, which I kind of got, but we went into so-called overtime. That's the only time I disagreed with NASCAR overtime rules in that decision of it being considered overtime. The race was still 22, 23 laps short, somewhere around there. I'm looking it up right now. And it was actually run by Shane Van Gisbergen. So, this is the fastest way I'm going to get to it, is just look him up. Look up SVG. 22 laps short. And people are considering it actually went into overtime. No, it really didn't. It really didn't go into overtime. Yes, the caution did come out before the white flag on lap 74. But the white flag was supposed to be live at the beginning of lap 100, not lap 75. So technically, we did not go into overtime in that race. And a lot of people have actually agreed with me on that. We did not actually go into overtime in that race last year. Anyway, stage results, not ranting. Parker Kligerman 10th. 9th, Tim Mayer. Austin Hill 8th. 7th, Jesse Love. 6th, AJ Allmendinger. 5th, Cole Custer. 4th, Connor Mosack. 3rd, Ty Gibbs. 2nd, Kyle Larson. Shane Van Gisbergen was the Stage 1 winner. Stage 2, Shane Van Gisbergen was 10th. 9th, John Hunter Nemechek, Sam Mayer 8th. 7th, Parker Kligerman. 6th, Ty Gibbs. 5th, Sheldon Creed. 4th, Justin Allgaier. 3rd, Jesse Love. 2nd, Sammy Smith. Austin Hill won the second stage. Now, for the playoff picture, since I always have the brain farts, for now on, I'm just going to put the races they won for the people who got in on wins. You might see I did not bold Truex this time. I'll explain why in just a second. Well, you're probably going to see why in just a second. Well, Kyle Larson with his wins at Las Vegas, Kansas, Sonoma. Denny Hamlin with his wins at Bristol, Richmond, Dover. William Byron with his wins in the Daytona 500, Circuits of the Americas, and Martinsville. Christopher Bell at Phoenix, Charlotte, New Hampshire, where he got the checkered. Chase Elliott got the checkered in Texas. Tyler Reddick got the checkered in Talladega. Ryan Blaney got the checkered in Iowa. Brad Keselowski got the checkered in Darlington. Alex Bowman got, like we just mentioned, got the checkered in Chicago. This is not in order of how they won, by the way. This is not in order on how they won. This is in order on how the playoff standings are on the NASCAR website. Joe Logano got Nashville. Dan Suarez got Atlanta. Austin Cindric got Worldwide Technology. Martin Truex is 125 above the cut line, while Ty Gibbs is plus 84. Ross Chastain is plus 53. Chris Buescher is only above by 54. First one out is Bubba Wallace at 45. Chase Briscoe at minus 88. Briscoe down and Kyle Busch at negative 98. Unfortunately, I have to go ahead and say that Briscoe and Kyle Busch and everybody below Kyle Busch are in must-win situations. Oh, I forgot to put Todd Gilliland on here at 121. But still, everyone, I would say Chase Briscoe down is in a must-win situation, meaning they have to win to get into the Cup Series playoffs. As big of a Kyle Busch fan I am, his best shot of winning is the next two races. Well, Daytona is also known to pull miracles, but Kyle's best shot of winning is the next two races. I mean, Kyle has always had a great history racing on the Indy Oval, and then in a matter of just like 5 seasons, 2020 being the only exception that he did not win there, Kyle Busch put off 4 Pocono wins from 2017 through 2021. So, I do believe that if Kyle nearly won Pocono a couple years ago before a few disqualifications. So, we'll get into that more in just a few moments when we talk about my picks. And I forgot that animation's on this slide. Who freaking cares? Shane Van Gisbergen is in by Portland, Sonoma, Chicago. Chandler Smith by Phoenix and Richmond. Austin Hill by Daytona and Atlanta. Sid Meyer by Texas and Iowa. Justin Allgaier by Darlington. Jesse Love at Talladega. Now, if I said at track or by track, that is because they won that race to get in. That's supposed to say Cole Custer. 225 points should be enough to put Custer in the playoffs. Riley Hurst in plus 91. I went ahead and bolted him out too. I mean, yes, there's one more race more. There's like 3 more races more that the Xfinity Series have to run. But what are the odds? What are the odds that 4 of those races are either going to be won by one of these guys who won again, or a Cup Series regular? AJ Allmendinger's plus 90. Sheldon, I only unbold him because, yeah. Plus 90, Sheldon Creed plus 73, Parker Kligerman plus 63, Sammy Smith minus 23, Ryan Sieg minus 23, Brendan Jones minus 67, Anthony Alfredo minus 85, Brendan Poole minus 129. Anthony Alfredo down. Like I said about the last slide, they are must-win situations. They have to win if they want to make the playoffs. Oh, I see what I messed up on. I said it backwards, so good thing I only present these once. So, should we keep the street course? Let's start with the pros. There has been a great turnout in Chicago the last 2 years. We did this with fans. They're racing on actual streets. I mean, who doesn't love racing on actual streets? There's always a bunch of hype. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a promo to road course racing. But there are some cons. There's only a temporary circuit. Hard to race when rain. It's a little harder to race when raining. I mean, it's kind of hard to race on a road course when it's raining, but it's a little harder. When you take your when you are looking in your driver book, when you are studying for your license, you read something about oil comes up when it rains. So that's what I mean by it's harder to race on. Tracks like Watkins Glen, Sonoma, Circuits of the Americas, the Charlotte Roval, Daytona road course. I mean, in 2020, we raced on Daytona road course in the rain. We did have to stop that race for about 30 minutes because of lightning strike, but once that clock expired, we were good to go back racing almost immediately. Now, yes, we did have to call the Circuits of the Americas race a couple years ago a little short, but that was because visibility was a problem. So, but it is a little harder to race in the rain on road courses. And like I mentioned, it was actual street conditions after the rain. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this last one. It's in the wrong city. So, took me some time to think about this last couple days on if we should continue to do a street course race every year. My answer is yes and no. I'm on the no side mainly because, I mean, for those, there are some businesses around that area, and what if people work on, who usually works on Sundays, and use those streets to get to work. So, blocking their way to work or blocking their way home, that can be a little bit of a problem. Same time, though, with all the cons I mentioned. Now, there's a couple things we can do to fix street course racing. First of all, it's not for the reason you think, but we need to get out of Chicago. People who know me, I would say, would know my answer, would know the reasoning I'm saying that, which is, the crime rate in Chicago is not the greatest. It is, last time I checked, it's either the most dangerous city with the highest crime rate or the second highest city crime rate. And Detroit either having the top spot or having the second spot. But I think there are two cities I think we should move the street course to. City number 1, Las Vegas. We can get away with doing a night race there. 2, F1 did it last year. Now, there was some problems in the F1 race in Vegas last year. But if we continue on, but I think they got those problems figured out. A manhole cover came off the track, and it took them over a couple hours to make sure all of them was secured onto the track. So I feel like if those fixes are made correctly, we can move it to Vegas. Or I remember watching one race couple years ago. I happened to be off from work, and it happened to be the day, and the IndyCar Championship was so close that I decided to watch it to see who wins it. It ended up being Scott Dixon. It was last race of the season that year. And it was at St. Petersburg, which is a street course in Florida. So I do think we need to move it. I feel like St. Petersburg actually is going to have a little bit more of a fan base in Vegas. I mean, we already have 2 NASCAR races a year and at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So adding a third one, I can see a little bit of a hassle with that. But at the same time, like I said with the pros, there might be a little bit more hype than there was with Chicago. So I say move it to St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg is a better place, in my opinion, to have this race. Controversy of the week. Dun, dun, dun. What happened? On lap 25, Bowman and Wallace had a little contact, which spun Wallace. Caution for weather came out a short time later, which halted the race for 1 hour and 45 minutes. So, Bowman did say that during the red flag period, when the checkered flag waved, when the red flag was out, he said he tried to attempt to go talk to Wallace. He called him, he texted him, never got a response, never got a response from Wallace, never. Wallace didn't pick up his phone or anything. So, Wallace probably didn't want to talk. We made this into a time race with Bowman to 8:20. Right after 8:20, I think it was like 8:21, they got the 2 to go single. Because Bowman was still like maybe the 45 seconds away from the white flag, from the line. So around 8:21, he got the 2 to go single, and then about a minute and a half later, he got the white flag. When Bowman got the checkered flag, though, Bowman was door slammed by Bubba Wallace on the cool down lap. I don't know what Bubba was thinking here. I mean, why would you door slam somebody? Especially a race winner. And I was intentionally waiting for this to present this project is because I knew there was going to be, because the penalty report came out today. Bubba Wallace got a $50,000 fine for his actions. Let's take a look to see what happened. So I couldn't find a good video of Wallace door slamming Bowman, but you can just look it up. But this was what happened. Now, there was 20 different occurrences throughout the race where people spun out or met the tire barrier, or people got spun by somebody else. But I listened to the radio active for this, and just about everybody almost spun during this race, it sounded like. So let's take a look here. So they're going off into turn 2. Turn 2. There's Bowman, there's Wallace, and Bowman accidentally spun him just a little bit and accidentally collected Suarez. I don't think there was any intent in this. I don't think there was any intent from Alex Bowman. And letting you guys know, this is not the first time Bowman and Wallace had a little bit of history on a road course. If we're going to rewind all the way back to 2019, when they had a little bit of a post-race incident where I think it was like on the second or third lap of the race, Bowman accidentally spun Wallace. And Wallace splashed water on Bowen. Anyway. Characteristics of Pocono, front straight. Now, this is a pretty unique track, and like I said, you're about to watch me drive 2 laps of this, and I'm going to go quiet, because you're going to hear me talk, because I did talk while I was driving those 2 laps. Front straightaway is 3,740 feet long. 14 degree of banking in turn 1, same banking as we will find at Trenton Speedway, with 665 feet turn radius. Long pond is 3,055 feet long. Turn 2 is 8 degrees of banking with 750 feet turn radius. The same we will see at Indianapolis. Actually, so we're actually going to calculate here. Okay? To make sure that this does add up to 2.5 miles. Alright? The short straightaway, the short suit, is 1,780 feet. And then turn 3 is at 800 feet turn radius. With 6 degree banking, same we will find at the Milwaukee Mile. So 5280. So 10,800 feet divided by 5,000. Did I get my math right here? Hold on. 740 675 3055 750 1780. So it's roughly about it's about 2.5 miles. So now we're gonna watch me run a couple laps here. Again, this is now the last video we saw. Shout out NASCAR YouTube channel. But we're not gonna watch my video. I'm gonna move my mic up here. So here we go. Alright, so I decided not to include a picture for this. To show you guys like how unique this track is after we just talked about the characteristics. So instead, I'm just gonna run a couple laps for you guys and analyze while I'm driving how unique this track is. So we come down the long 3700 feet front straightaway. So you basically run a 8 line down. Now sometimes you'll see 3 or 4 wide, even 5 wide Gisbergen. Now you can go up to 4 right, you can turn 1. Now into turn 1, you kind of want to let off the gas up. Not that whole lot, maybe 3 seconds. Now go down the 3,000 foot back straightaway here, or one front straightaway, and then you do want to be off the gas a little bit more. Right out here, you want to hit the gas in, and then go into turn 3. You can let off the gas a little, right foot is going forward, and then when you turn 3, come back, push back here, start to finish line. Let's go and run another. Alright, so sometimes on the research, yards can be like right here. And then you do want to let off a little bit in the corners, like I said. Again, you want to let it off a little bit in turn 1. And then going down the back straightaway, you kind of, but it kind of for like split second, you want to let off the gas. And now entering turn 2, you want to be off a little bit more. It is the same turn radius as Indianapolis, same banking as Indianapolis. We will, from now on for the series at the tracks, I am going to run a couple laps for you guys to show you guys like how this track kind of races, where it's the actually going to do a race while this uploads. No, while I'm going to private this, and then I will include it into the podcast. So while this is uploading, Alright, so now it's time, so after watching that video, it's now time for my picks for the Pocono race this weekend at the Pocono Raceway. I'm choosing Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin is the winningest driver at this racetrack, and I do believe if you don't have him in your lineup this week, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you, so you do want to have Denny Hamlin in your lineup. Second, I feel like this is a great opportunity for Martin Truex to end off the year by winning at one of his home tracks. I think there are 2 more of his home tracks he will race at one final time as a full-time driver, and I think this is going to be one of his opportunities to win. Tyler Reddick has been so close the last couple weeks, and I feel like that he is going to have a chance at winning this race. Chase Elliott he didn't actually win this race. It was Denny Hamlin, but him and Hamlin and Kyle Busch failed post-race inspection. They finished 1 and 2, and Elliott finished 3rd, and Elliott got the win. But I feel like at some point Elliott's going to win at Pocono for real. Third, well, Christopher Bell has kind of been on fire, and I think this might be his first win at a track that's not a road course or a less than a mile or mile and a half, so more than a mile and a half, so. Kyle Busch is a 4-time winner at this racetrack, so he might have a shot at winning this weekend. My dark horse, Ty Gibbs. I mean, this might be his best shot to get his first career win. Alright, give me 1 second, I'll be right back. There is something we do need to look at today. Alright, time to bring back the silly season sheet. Dun dun dun! Oh no. So, again, green means has been locked. Now, the only exception is that with Gilliland and Gragson, we don't know. Well, I got confirmed something today on Todd Gilliland. He will drive the 38 next year. I'm assuming Gragson's going to get the 34. So, but Noah Gragson, it was announced today that Noah Gragson signed with Front Row Racing in 2024, in 2025. So, that just leads us to one thing now, is one driver left, and that's Ryan Preece, and I still kind of argue and say he goes back to Xfinity, and Cole Custer moves back up to Cup. I think Custer's Cup ready now, so that's what the silly season now looks like. Like, subscribe, comment, favorite, be nice, go be awesome. Every paint, don't hate. See you later, and check flags in the air.